You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who appreciates a nice hot meal at a fair price, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back to Nite Lite, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Act 3 on this Tuesday before Thanksgiving episode, version, whatever you want to call it, of Nite Lite. I am Pete Schwaba, and it is I just love that you're here. We're building up to Thanksgiving. What is more fun than a major holiday right around the corner? We have the anticipation sometimes of children. If you're hurting this holiday season, though, I hate to hear that. And please reach out to a loved one and try to find something to be grateful for, if nothing else, that there are people in your life who love you. So I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. I will be off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and back live on the air on Monday, again with Mr. Aaron Sommers. How are you, sir?
Doing well. Glad to be here. And looking forward to Monday as well. It's always fun being on Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba.
Dude, it is awesome having you. And thank you for filling in for the K-Man, who is on vacation in Florida. We've had a great show so far. It's been a lot of fun talking to our pal Stuart J. Waddles, the Civic Media newsman. We talked about the Edmund Fitzgerald a little bit with Stuart. And then my pal Lance Barber came on, of Young Sheldon fame, and The Comeback. And season 3 of The Comeback will be on shortly. Check your local listings. Actually, did he say when that's coming on? I don't know if
I don't remember if he did.
Yeah. But I think it's worth a Google. Great show. Very funny show. And Lance can be seen in The Godfather of Green Bay, which we are screening next week in Madison. I'll give you some more information on that. How are we doing on the free tickets? I know we had quite a few texts. I hope are they gone?
It will not decide until after the show, because you can still text in. You still have a chance till the end of the show tonight.
Give them that screen name, please, my friend. Screen name. I mean the keyword, if you will.
Yeah, if any of you are listening and you can make it next week, Thursday, to the screening of The Godfather in Green Bay. The Godfather of Green Bay. The screening is not in Green Bay. The screening is in Madison at Atwood Music Hall. Doors open at 6. Movie starts at 7. You can hang out with Pete Schwaba, or at least ask him some questions. And the key word to text in on the Civic Media app for 4 tickets is ACTOR. ACTOR, ACTOR, for your chance to win 4 tickets to the screening next week. Otherwise, they're not too expensive tickets. If you don't win, you should still show up. It's $10, I believe.
$10, and part of the proceeds go to the Dane County Humane Society. So it's for a great cause. John and Gordy will be there, my Civic Media older brothers. They're going to introduce me. They're going to host a Q&A afterwards. The music was by the Bodines. This is a total Wisconsin movie. We shot it in Northeast Wisconsin years and years ago, 20 years ago now, a little over 20 years. And the film came out and was in Blockbuster and all the video stores. We had a great run. It's kind of a cult classic, I would say. That's what other people tell me it is. So I can live with that. But Lauren Holly, Tony Goldwyn, Lance Barber, Tom Lennon, me, Eric Price from Milwaukee, Rob Martin from Milwaukee, Steve Seeger, Mike Siegel, Jimmy Pardo. Great cast and a really fun, feel-good movie. The perfect way to kick off the holidays, and music by the Bodines. It should be a really fun evening in Madison next Thursday night. So we've got people we'll give the tickets to. If you want to text in, the keyword is ACTOR. ACTOR, as Zommers just told you. And it was really fun to talk to Lance Barber. Courtney Cronin will be coming up in about 10 minutes. She's a very funny comedian. And I was part of a staff with her, a writing staff at Sports Soup on Comcast years ago. We had a lot of fun working on that show together. Matt Eisman was the host. Courtney's a very funny comic as well. So that will be fun to catch up with Courtney. And what am I missing, Zommers? Am I missing something? I feel like I've got more information for the people. I do. Next Tuesday, folks, is Giving Tuesday. Are you going to give, Zommers?
I don't know. I know it's been around for a long time, but I'm not too familiar with Giving Tuesday. This is not just me saying it so you'll explain it to the listeners. I legitimately am not super familiar with it.
You set me up. Well, Civic Media believes this is a special, impactful, and essential day. Our stations across the state will be highlighting and raising money for local organizations. It's all about local folks and making a difference. Listen to Civic Media throughout the day on December 2nd and learn how you can support your community. That is next Tuesday. We also have a text to win contest coming up here at Civic Media, one of our really fun multi-state text to win contests that starts Monday, December 1st. So we'll have all kinds of information, great prizes, win up to $200 a day, and some big, they were calling them adult prizes, and I didn't know what to make of that at the meeting, Sommers. It sounded like it was sort of an adult weird thing, but it's not. They're just like prizes for big people, right?
Right. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
my understanding, at least.
Nothing weird. The only thing is you have to have the Civic Media app to play. So make sure you have that by Monday, folks, and we will be off to the races. Our question of the night, still got an hour of show left here before we take our little Thanksgiving break, is what is your favorite Steve Martin movie? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles was released on this day in 1987. Tyler in the 608 says the dentist in the movie, The Little Shop of Horrors. Bill Murray loved his gentle touch. That is such a great movie. Another one of the great Steve Martin roles you kind of forget about. Rick Moranis was hilarious in it. Jim from Kenosha in the 262 says, I think it was called The Sign, where he talked to the road sign. The sign where he talked to the road sign. Did I miss part of this text, Sommers? I want to get it right.
I don't know. I'm going to take a look and see if I can find what he's talking about.
Jim any justice here. Yeah, text back, Jim, if you want to clarify. But thank you for the text.
I think it might be L.A. Story, the signpost.
L.A. Story, yeah. Where did he already text that? Did I miss that? Sorry about that, Jim. L.A. Story is a great satire about living in L.A. There was one. It's kind of funny. Sarah Jessica Parker is in it, and I do remember there was one line where Steve Martin, they were kind of starting to kiss and get it on a little bit, and he says, "Your breasts feel really strange," and she says, "Oh, they're real." So it's a nice pokes fun at LA. Very nice. Good movie. Carrie from Tosa in the 414 says, All of Me with Lily Tomlin. Great one. That's the second time we've heard All of Me, I think, tonight. Jim from the 920 here in Appleton says, favorite movie. Well, my favorite part was Maxwell of Silver Hammer fame in Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The movie is probably Roxanne. Okay. Roxanne is another one I forgot about, and I just rewatched that like 3 years ago. That's a really funny Steve Martin movie, and it kind of holds up. It's slightly dated, but Daryl Hannah plays his love interest, and it's a satire of Cyrano de Bergerac. Great movie, and a really great 1980s movie. Chris Casper, I wish I had seen this earlier. He says, some Gordon Lightfoot. I cannot tell you how much I love that song. It makes me cry every damn time, so thanks for making me cry, Pete. It's nice to make Casper cry for something that does not have to do with engineering, because I pester the living daylights out of him. I'm sure he's cried himself to sleep with Schwaba requests. So I'm happy to make you cry in a different way, Chris. Great to hear from you, buddy. Where are we here? Janet from Madison, LA Story. Probably because I was living in LA at the time. It came out and it was enjoyable to actually get all of the inside jokes. Totally with you. That was before I moved to LA, Janet. And you're right. Once I moved out there, so much more about that made sense. Same thing with The Big Lebowski, sort of. You still have time, folks, if you want to text in, what is your favorite Steve Martin movie? That is our question of the night here. Melissa from the 608 says Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Totally with you, Melissa. Love that movie. As I said before, it's probably my second favorite Steve Martin movie. Thank you for the text. From the 818, our pal Bridget says Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Such a great story. Great holiday movie. Love the music and acting, of course. Zommers, that's the second time you played a couple songs from that soundtrack. And it has a very underrated soundtrack.
It does. There's just so many parts of that movie that impress themselves on your brain and you don't forget. And the music is one of them.
That's a great point, and you're absolutely right. I remember the first time I saw that movie, I was in my dorm room at DePaul University, and I laughed hysterically. John from the 608, our pal John Murray, says, hate to say it, and it won't be popular, but it's time for Wisconsin to adopt the DUI test that Dr. Melmahay went through in The Man with Two Brains. No more getting 11 of them in a lifetime. That's hilarious. And You're very right. And I thought Lance Barber said The Man with Two Brains, and he was joking, but I love that movie. And there are some great lines in it. And I don't know if you remember this, John. His name was Dr. Michael Afar. Afar. You had to say it like that. And then when the interviewer said, "How's that spelled?" And he's like, "Just like it sounds. Afuhuhuhur." And his love interest was Anne O'Melmahay. So goofy and so Steve Martin. Maybe that movie captures the essence of Steve Martin better than any other. Whether it's the best movie or not, who knows? Do we have Ollie, Aaron?
Yeah, we do have Ollie.
Oh, we have Ollie from the North Woods. Hello, Ollie. Good evening.
Hi, Pete. I actually don't know anything about Steve Martin's movies because I I worked all my life, so I didn't get to really watch movies.
Oh man.
And I don't have TV, so I still don't get to watch movies. But I did want to. After I talked to you last night, then you got to talking about the Sputnik, and I thought, oh, I wish I would have known you were going to say something about that. I wanted to let you know that we lived in Germany when Russia put Sputnik up, and my sister made a mural on our front window, and she put Sputnik there in tin foil, and she won a prize from the Stars and Stripes. So I thought that might be interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Ollie, you just said you've worked your whole life, and good for you. And I love that you listen to the show. I almost don't want to encourage you to watch TV because I feel like it would take you away from Nite Lite, and I certainly don't want that. But I think you've earned a few movies.
I don't have a TV, so I guess no movies for me. But
oh
I do,
man,
I do listen to my Civic radio all the time. So.
Well, we are very lucky to have you. Thank you so much for the phone call tonight, Ollie. Have a great Thanksgiving.
I tell you guys both to have a nice Thanksgiving too.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ollie. Have a great Thanksgiving yourself, and have a great night. Thank you, Ollie.
Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, love Ollie. Zummers, do we have time to play any of your board game stuff? You went to all that trouble, and I feel like sometimes I just keep yakking. And
I don't think there's enough time right now because just the clips are a little over 2.5 minutes, and I would have to explain it.
Okay.
But
Maybe
I
we'll
will at least
the
be playing
segment.
it on the John and Gordy show in the afternoon later in the week. So,
okay.
For those
of
you
those guys
listening,
are they not taking a break?
They are. I just mean I'm going to play it on one of the days that they're taking a break.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
So, for those of you listening, what it is I had a board game night with some of my friends last week and recorded asking them, what's your favorite board or card game to play in the holidays and why? And they had some great answers. All very different games, all for very different reasons.
And it was so great because, like you mentioned, that was one of our questions of the night. I think it was last week. What is your favorite board game? Because it was National Monopoly Day, so it was perfect timing. But maybe we can squeeze some of that in the last segment or after we talk to Courtney a little bit. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. It is great to have you here, folks. We have our final guest of the evening is right around the corner. She's a very talented comedian and writer, and her name is Courtney Cronin, and she's coming up after this very short break. It's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Welcome back. Hey, it's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. It's so fun to have you with me, folks. This is my last show before a quick Thanksgiving break, and I appreciate you spending your evening with me on this gorgeous rainy night here in the beautiful state of Wisconsin, wherever you're joining me from in Wisconsin or beyond. Thank you so much for being here and helping us go into the break, our little holiday break here in style. We had a great time with Lance Barber earlier and Stuart Waddles. And now I'm very excited to welcome this next guest as well. She and I had the pleasure, or it was my pleasure anyway, of working with her on a show called Sports Soup, a funny look at sports. And she was there for me day one, and I got to know her on in the writer's room. It was just great. She's a very funny comedian and a very talented writer, Miss Courtney Cronin Dold. Hello, Courtney.
Hi, Pete. Thank you.
You're welcome. You look great. Look at you.
So
Where
do
are
you.
you?
I'm in my little office. I don't want to brag, but I share it with a washer and dryer.
It's all right. You could do a lot worse. Just don't.
I could.
Open the lid when you do something that where sound is affected. Right?
I'm like smushed up against the wall, so you can't see it.
You could have a gentle cycle in right now, and I would have no idea because your microphone isn't good. Yeah.
True.
Hey, this is fun. I want to tell you before we start. Well, first I have to ask you: do you have a favorite? Our question of the night. We do this every night here. Do you have a favorite Steve Martin movie?
Yeah, Steve Martin is like one of my favorites. When I saw that was your question of the night, I was like, oh my God, I gotta narrow it down. Okay, awesome. So his most endearing, like where you love him the most, Parenthood.
Nice.
He's very so great. And then the most silly and ridiculous, I'm a Lonely Guy fan.
Oh, yeah.
I love, why don't you just grow it long in the back and swoop it over? I think that's what the swoop it over conversation in that movie is one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen.
I totally forgot about the Lonely Guy. Like he's got such a body of work. I've forgotten some of his great roles, like in Little Shop of Horrors and, The Jerk and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels and Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Wasn't Charles Grodin in The Lonely Guy too?
It's him and Charles Grodin and Judith Ivey.
Didn't they have a scene where guys that eat by themselves, they put cardboard cutouts around them so that they don't feel like losers? Oh my God.
At the Lonely Guy store, they have cardboard cutouts to put in their house to look like they have company.
That is so great. Oh, great choice, Courtney. And you know what's interesting is I do remember the director of that film was Arthur Hiller, who is the guy you would always see at the Oscars with the crazy white hair. And you go, who is that guy? Like, you just thought he was like an Oscar hanger-on, but no, he was like a real director, and he directed The Lonely Guy. Great choice.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I feel like I need to watch it tonight now.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I've got a whole bunch of them I need to watch here, thanks to our listeners. But I want to ask you this too. This is funny because I have a very good friend here at Civic Media named Terry Barr, who does all these great features here. We have a segment every Friday night called Bar Band Friday because she's tied into the music scene and she brings new music. She is awesome. And she said, please ask Courtney about the Kiss cruise landlocked in Vegas. We were both there. I met her at one in Nashville. So how do you like that?
Oh, wait. Okay. So then if we were in Nashville at a Kiss thing, then we met at Creatures Fest.
Okay.
Oh,
Terry, does that sound right?
Let us know. As soon as you said her name, I'm like, why do I know her? As soon as you said her name. Okay. It was, well, I didn't actually like work the actual event.
Okay.
I hosted the pre-party.
Okay.
And which featured Ace Frehley's band. And in the process of planning that evening, he passed away.
Oh my! So that was
October
really
16th.
recently. Oh wow!
Yeah, he passed away October 16th. So it ended up becoming a life celebration for Ace and his band playing together for the first time since he passed.
Wow!
So it was, and those guys are my good friends. I think I've gone to see Ace and Trickster probably more than anyone in the last 5-6 years.
No kidding.
Because I'm friendly with them all, and so wherever I am, if I'm anywhere near them, I'll go. And Ace's band was like my favorite thing. They're so great. Like Ace was smart. He always surrounded himself with incredible musicians, and his shows were always such a highlight. Always so much fun. So that's what the evening became. So I hosted that, and I was supposed to do stand-up, but it was now became a cancer benefit and a life celebration for Ace. Geez. So we can't be like Ace tribute video, donate to cancer, and now comedy. So we didn't really do it that way, but I knew most of the people. I knew everyone in it, and I knew most of the people that were there. So I was just like a friendly voice, helping move things along, more than anything, and just, really just tastefully moving things along, bringing a little bit of humor where it was necessary. One of those kind of things, where I'm pretty good at making it not about me.
Right.
I'm really good at that. I should probably get a little worse at that. Maybe I wouldn't be next to the washing machine. But
it reminded me what you just said
about
about doing comedy at a life celebration and a cancer thing. Was when Homer Simpson had to do Mr. Burns's roast, and Smithers introduces him and said, "I just want to inform you all that a small puppy, not unlike Lassie, was killed in the parking lot." And now it's time for the comedy stylings of Homer Simpson.
Do you know that that's happened to me for real?
I believe it.
The host went up before the show. First of all, shut off the game. That's death right there. Shut off sports. And then, and I'm sorry I'm late. My dog killed my other dog by accident in the middle of the night with a leash. Here's your host, Courtney Cronin.
Oh, man, is that funny? Oh, my gosh. That's gorgeous. All right, Courtney Cronin, do you use Dold? I didn't know how to...
I got rid of it.
Oh.
Because, when I was sitting next to you in the office is when I met my husband, and I'll never forget it. You offered me a piece of chocolate. You go, "Courtney, do you want some chocolate?" And I remember I was like starving myself before I went to visit him in Germany. I was eating like tomato soup.
Let's pick up right there. We're going to get cut off. Let's pick up right there. I forgot about that. It's Pete Schwaba, Nite Lite, coming right back. I'm just going to assume that is a Kiss or Ace Frehley song.
Both.
Who is it?
It's both.
Oh, it's both. Okay. That is the voice of Courtney Cronin, my guest here at Nite Lite tonight. Courtney and I go way back. We met on in the writer's room of Sports Soup. And before the break, Courtney, I hated to cut you off, but we have really hard outs where the computer just takes over and I want you to get cut off. So I would love it if you continued that story about the chocolate.
Okay. So I remember you were like, I had met my husband while working on the show. Like, I met this guy, and then we kind of fell in love. By the way, this was 17 years ago. We're still together.
Good for you. Nice.
Married 15 years 2 weeks ago. So,
hey, congrats.
Yeah. So I was going to meet him. I was going to Germany to visit him and just, see what happens. So I was like on this massive diet, like at work. I was eating like watery tomato soup, like nothing. And you had these little chocolates, and you go, "Hey, Courtney, do you want a chocolate?" And I went, "No, Pete, I can't eat chocolate." And you said, this is what you said. You go, "Courtney, I'm pretty sure this little piece of chocolate is not going to determine whether or not you look better or worse in the negligee when you go to Germany."
I said that.
Something like that. Like, this chocolate is not going to affect how you look in your negligee in Germany. And I was like, okay. It was so funny, and it was so true. Like, I needed to calm down. I was like starving myself.
Did you eat the chocolate? Did you take it?
I don't remember. I was so hungry, I probably passed out right after that happened.
Oh, that is so funny. I have to tell you, that was my first, writing job with a staff that I did like this other bad clip show. It was on country music TV about Smokies and bandits. It's just awful. But that was a fun job because you were so awesome. And Roger and Andrew Genzer and Trevor and Rich.
Roger.
Yeah, I know. And you guys, I've had some of those guys on too. But the last time I was going to reach out to you, I thought I got to get Courtney on the show, but Becky Pedigo had just passed away, and she was on the show probably a year ago, and I knew you guys were good friends, so I thought I'm going to sit this one out for a little bit, give you a chance, because I know you guys were tight, and I'm sorry to hear about her passing. She was great.
Yeah, that was tough. and Mike
Yeah.
Siegel are, you guys are very close. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike and Becky were real close, and that was tough. Becky was a fantastic comedian. She was so funny. She was so intelligent.
Right.
And I saw her all the time because she worked down the street from me. So I walk my dog at night, and if she wasn't too busy, she'd let us in, and my dog thought it was the greatest thing ever that we could go inside the restaurant. So and Becky wasn't really an animal person, but she liked my dog because he loved her so much.
Oh.
She'd be like, "Hey, Rainy, hi, how are you? How you doing, Rainy?" And it was so funny. Yeah, yeah, that was yucky. Yeah, it was bad.
So yeah, it really was. But I'm glad you guys all seem like you're doing. I didn't know her as well as Mike. Certainly, I met her at a couple of Mike's parties, and I just thought she was a very nice person, and she was fun to have on the show. And I know you guys were tight. Um, you you've had a lot of writing gigs. I'm kind of amazed that people go from gig to gig and you do stand up. What do you prefer writing when it comes to comedy? Do you like the stand up world or writing on a show?
I would prefer to write on a show because it pays more.
Yeah.
But I always try to work with comedians because I always tell like producers or like when I go in on an interview or something like I speak comedian, we really have our own language and understanding that
Yeah.
that people that don't like haven't been through what we've been through or got, done, do what we do. There's like a certain attachment we have for each other. Even if we're not friends with people, you kind of still have to
Right.
respect that person, like what they're doing and how insane what we do is. like, and we
Yeah.
just kind of got each other, and there's like a way to talk to each other that I think sometimes people don't understand.
It's so funny you say that. You just made me remember something about the way I feel about comics. I haven't done stand up as a job in years and years, but
Mhm.
you always do
Neither
have that
have
bond. Yeah. That's not true. But we do
I.
have that, like, when you start out, everything is competitive. "Oh, I'm working
Mhm.
that room. He's working that room. Oh my god, blah, blah, blah." And as you get older, it's just like, if I meet someone who I know is a comedian, I instantly just have affection for them now. It's like, I don't know if
Mhm.
that's maturity or what, but it's like, you're right. It's like such a unique thing, that we have in common, and it's kind of fun that we can all share that at this point in our lives.
I think so. I think the longer we're around, the more we understand like how petty some of the things that we were upset about 25
Yeah.
years ago were and
Right.
like what's really important now. Like
Yeah.
I'll say like Becky's passing, awful and then something wonderful that came out of it is brought like, Gary and Kristen and Mike and Piper and stuff like that. We hang out a lot now. It's brought us
Yeah.
closer and we've kind of got like a nice little hang going. We're having a good time. We're the local Redondo comics hanging
Yeah.
out together and that's really nice, you know and we're always like, hey, have you heard about this thing? Hey, oh, hey, have you heard about that? And just kind of like helping each other out. Like Gary and I did a pizza place a couple weeks ago and it was on my wedding anniversary. And
Oh, wow.
but the guy said, "Hey, are you free next Thursday?" I'm like, "Yes," because I'm 50. I don't know what next Thursday is. I don't know the date. I have no idea. So I come home. My husband's like, "That's our anniversary." I was like, "Oh God, well, it pays and there's food,
I'll
and
take you out to dinner
it's
after.
down the street." And he goes,
Right.
"All right, let's go." So they asked who I wanted to work with me. I go, "How about Gary?" And Gary and Kristen came, and the four of us, we had a blast. It
Oh,
was
that's
great.
so great. That's so
Yeah, it was
great.
fun.
What clubs do you go up at, Courtney, in LA? And do you have clubs you still travel to? It'd be so great if you came to Wisconsin.
Well, I was supposed to be there. I was actually supposed to be in your neck of the woods, and it
Really?
kind of fell apart. But we're working on it. We're working on coming back. I've
Okay.
been touring a lot with Don Jameson. He lives in New Jersey, and from that metal show, and we do this like rock and roll show together on the Monsters of Rock cruise and around at music festivals and stuff called Punchlines and Backlines. Excuse me. And I've been touring with Reb Beach from Winger and Whitesnake. We're doing like as many shows as we can that are like driving distance for him. Like
Yeah.
we can't really pull him away too much. But he's about to get real busy again because both the bands he was in forever both retired.
Okay.
So he had a little free time. So we kind of swooped in on him when he had a little free time, and we're like, "Come on, do some more stand up with us," because he's so funny at it. He's so
Really?
funny. Oh my god, he's so hilarious. And he kind of tells stories, but he's got jokes. Because I always tell them, everyone who does our show, it's rock stars doing comedy for the first time.
Oh, I
Then we've been
love
doing
that.
it so long, yeah, that we had people all stars, and we had people come back. Todd Latore from Queensryche, Britt Lightning from Vixen. They've come back and done it twice. Reb's done it like 4 times. PJ Farley from Trickster's done it twice. Chad Stewart from Faster Pussycat. Patrick Kennison, who plays with Lita Ford and his band Heaven Below. They've all done it a few times because they had so much fun. They came back. So
Wow.
yeah, so we're like, well, let's keep going, you know?
Yeah.
So we talked to Reb and he's like, sure. So we've done like 5 road shows with Reb Beach, and he's like, you would never know he was not a comic. If you didn't tell people that didn't know who he was, like coming up next, Reb Beach, I mean, his act reveals who he is and, you know,
Yeah.
what he's done for work, because that's most of his act is stories from the road and all the things that have happened, and because you can't believe it, the stuff that's happened to him.
My guest
So
is comedian Courtney Cronin. She is also a fabulous writer, and we're talking about the show she does, Punchlines and Backlines, with Red Beach from Whitesnake, and was it Winger? Did you say?
Winger.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you were a fan of all that music, right?
Hmm.
Like you like the
Yes.
metal and stuff like that. I kind of remember that about you, and so I'm not surprised that you and Terry connected at some point because she's a huge fan as well. But are you just like in heaven? Like LA has so many people that live there that used to be big time rock stars, and you meet them now, and it's kind of fun. Like they're just like regular people again, right?
Sort of. That, yeah, sort of. That'll never go away. But the fact that I'm like, I was such a hair metal fan, and like I always call it soft metal, but like, you know, I'm like, I'm not like into Iron Maiden, you know,
Okay,
but like I love Poison, Winger, you know, and
right.
like more of like the extreme like bands that like, you know, were a little more, I don't want to say pop, but like just, you know, a little tamer, not so like in your
Right.
face, but like, you know, they write great songs. You know, they're great performers. They're great musicians. They're fun to watch still. You know, like
Yeah,
Kicks, they just retired, and man, I can't. I mean, up until the last seconds, like one of the most fun bands to see ever. And like, I love all that stuff. So to be around them and work with them, such a big deal for me. It's like it was like a dream. I can't believe I'm doing this. Like it
that's
feels
so
so
cool.
neat. Like it's still exciting. Yeah.
Um, where did you start doing stand up, and who are your influences, Courtney? Like when you got into it at first, was there someone you tried to emulate or someone you thought, "Oh, I just want to be as funny as them?" Like who are your influences?
Um, well, Carol Leifer has always been my favorite. I remember seeing her the first time I saw her. I'm like, God, she's so smart, and the jokes.
She's
And I was like,
funny. Yeah.
I want to be like her. I still want to be her.
Yeah.
She's like got the most awesome career. Um, and I guess I saw her, and that got me into like wanting to kind of be a stand-up. But I started in Boston. I started in college. I was in theater school, and I just didn't really fit in to kind of the theater school thing. I never really found my place, you
Hmm.
know, with them until like me and Michaela Watkins, who's now doing extremely well. She was on SNL and she's in a ton of movies. She's a big actress, and Mickey.
Yeah.
And she and I were always kind of goofy, funny. Sorry.
That's
And
okay.
we put together this like weird sketch improv show called Boy, That's Good Cheese. And Bob's Chicken House presents Boy, That's Good Cheese. And we did this show, and it was the most fun I had in school, was
That's
when
so
she and I
great.
did that show together. Yeah, it was really fun. And I'm like, I want to do comedy. So like I started doing stand up while I was still in theater school.
I love that. And you talk about Carol Leifer, obviously, who was the inspiration for Elaine in Seinfeld, and it
Yeah.
was a tremendous stand-up comedian. Can people see your stuff anywhere, Courtney? Like, should I direct them online or to this the show you've been doing, Punchlines and Backlines? Will that be coming through Wisconsin at all?
Well, we're trying. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. We're starting to like move. We're starting in the east and starting to move west. We're doing the Monsters of Rock cruise and the Mountain Music Festival both in Tennessee next year, but we'll be in Columbus, Ohio on February 15th. Don and I with Reb, and February
Nice.
12th in Pittsburgh, and then we've got some other stuff coming. But punchlinesandbacklines.com is the website, and there's some
Okay.
video up there of our most recent show. And I have like videos scattered. I'm finally putting myself on screen. That's the other thing I love about being a writer. No camera. I hate being on camera. I've been hiding from the
Really?
camera for 30 years. As long as I've been doing stand-up, I hate it. And I'm finally starting to post my stuff online. I have just been against it. I don't know why. It's dumb. I just send private links to bookers and stuff. I never post.
I think that's I think that's not uncommon. I think I had to I couldn't talk about myself, but you kind of have to sell yourself to some of these people. Courtney Cronin is here, a very funny stand-up comedian and writer. We'll have a couple minutes with Courtney when we come back after this very short break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're coming back to close things down. And Courtney's here. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
Oh, that's one of the biggies. That's, don't tell me. It's Poison, right?
Yeah.
It's nothing but a good time.
Dream guest for me, for my show, CC DeVille.
Is that who's that, Courtney?
The guitar player for Poison.
Oh, okay. That's nothing but a good time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. I knew I hung in there long enough. Hey, folks, on Monday, we'll be off after tonight, taking a short break for Thanksgiving. But on Monday, Betsy Gaspar from Old World, Wisconsin, great museum, will be here. Jane Wells, the leader of the Marinette, Wisconsin West Shore Chorale. Dobie Maxwell, comedian Dobie Maxwell, will be here, and Milwaukee film critic Matt Miller. Next week, we've got great shows also. Bill Leff, who is the host of the nationally syndicated show Tune In With Me, will be here. He was our first guest, and it'll be our 2-year anniversary. So Bill comes back every year on our anniversary and sometimes in between. And then Lauren Holly will be here on Wednesday night talking about The Godfather of Green Bay screening in Madison a week from Thursday. So that'll be fun. Another fun week of guests. And of course, Terry Barr for Bar Band Friday night next week. My guest is Courtney Cronin. She and I go way back. We've been a part of a writing staff together. Courtney's a very funny stand-up comedian and writer. Courtney, before I let you go, I have to ask you 2 things. Who makes you laugh these days? Who do you find truly hilarious?
Stand-up?
Anything. Stand-up, sketch, actor, whatever.
Oh, God. There's this girl, Steph Talev. Have you ever seen her?
I probably have, but probably don't know her name. I'm sure she comes up on Reels.
She is so funny. Every time she comes up, I start following all her stuff. She is like, every time she opens her mouth, I'm like laughing hard. Like, she's just killing me. I've just kind of gotten into her. And I don't know, like, I don't know what makes me laugh. Sometimes I need to laugh like so bad, you know? And it's weird, like comedians, for us to take a break, we watch murder. Like we
You are
watch
so right.
It's true.
Yes.
We need a break. We watch murder, true crime, dramas, horror. We don't watch
shows.
comedies.
Exactly. No, I'm with you. And unless something's very like anti-comedy, like The Chair Company or something, like I can't get too into it unless it's like almost like subversively comedic, if that makes any sense at all,
Yeah.
One more question for you. And again, it's so great to reconnect with you. And I'm so glad you're on the show. What are you watching on TV? Anything you can binge watch? Speaking of murder and true crime and all that kind of stuff?
Best show I think I've seen in like 20 years was Wednesday. Because I love the Addams Family and I love all of the stuff that goes with it. And the way the story developed and the way it all came together, I thought was so brilliant and so much fun to watch.
Nice.
I loved it. I was so bummed. Like when it was over, like I was sad, but the ending, I mean, everything about it was so great. And then my husband and I just finished the second or third season of Tulsa King?
I think it's third.
It was pretty good.
I watched the first season. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, I liked it. I mean, I'm not kidding. When I want to unwind, I watch reruns of The Love Boat.
Oh, that's so great.
And I'm actually building a TikTok channel where I announce the guest stars as they do their hero shots and read them off by what they're known for.
Oh, that is awesome.
Known for. No one steal it. I'll kill you. I'm putting it out soon, but I watch it so much and I'm so into it. It's the best way to just sort of just dumb your whole world down and just, and some of it's so offensive. It's like, oh my God, you could never do that today. Oh my God. But also some of it's so ahead of its time.
Yeah.
You know? And like, man, Captain Steubing, he's just the greatest.
And how is Doc the ladies? I mean, like, it was so weird. Like, he's the ladies guy? I don't know.
Yeah. He was like a vaudeville actor, I think. And he was just so funny and charming. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that, I think he just like nailed, I think he just blew everybody else out of the auditions. He's cute with his hairpiece.
Sure.
He's cute.
And he's a doctor. He's an educated guy. Got the intellect. He can. Who is your favorite character on The Love Boat? Mine was probably Gopher, but now I don't like him anymore.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Isaac.
There you go.
The most likable character on the show. He always had the best storylines.
Yeah.
And if you look at the actor, Ted Lange, he's the only one from the original cast that actually looks the same. He looks great. Yes, he looks fantastic.
Is that how you say his name, Lange?
Lange.
Oh, I always called him Ted Lang.
Everyone did.
Okay. Hey, my friend, this was so much fun. Thank you for being on the show tonight, Courtney. And I'm so glad things are going well for you. I'm glad you're still married. Whether you took the chocolate or not, I don't care. I'm glad you found love. And keep bringing the funny. Good luck with your show. And please come back soon.
Thank you. This show's great. Thank you so much. I had such a good time. Thanks,
You're
Pete.
very welcome. You can start the dryer now, by the way.
So.
Courtney Cronin, thank you so much. Have a great night and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. That's man, that was fun. Thank you to Courtney. Thank you to Lance Barber. And thank you to Stuart J. Waddles. Thank you for all your texts and calls. Did I get everything, Zommers?
I think so. At least last that I saw.
Yeah. And the 608, we got one more text here. Steve Martin was hilarious in The Spanish Prisoner, which was a thriller. That's very funny. 608. I love it. Thank you for all your calls and texts. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving. We will be back Monday with another all-star cast of guests and a fun question and hopefully great interaction from you guys. Thank you to Aaron Zommers. Much appreciated, my friend. I will see you Monday.
We'll see you Monday.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Good night, Wisconsin.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.